Salute, salute. Happy Sunday evening, everyone. Hope everyone's having a blessed Sunday so far. This is another installment of the Southern Baller Show. Hope everyone's having a blessed day, man. And of course, I have my co-host, man, real brother, Coach 67 Sports TV. How you doing?
Oh, I'm blessed and highly favored, bro. How y'all gentlemen doing this afternoon?
Man, cannot complain, man. JB, how about you, bro?
Blessed, man. I'm ready to start the show, man. It's gonna be a great show today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got a lot to talk about. Let me turn down this intro music. All right. All right. Yeah, man. But football is back, ladies and gentlemen. College football is back. Of course, we had preseason NFL games going on, but a lot of people that's into the college football scene, basically prayers was answered yesterday as week 0 games started. So, man, there was a lot of games, good games yesterday, man. A lot of good games. Not a lot of, I wouldn't say blowouts. Some games they were competitive until the second half, but decent, very good football, man. Very good football, and of course, we cannot ignore the game that happened yesterday, the upset that happened yesterday. Everybody's talking about. Georgia Tech holds on to upset number 10, Florida State University. Before I go and ask you two brothers' opinion on the games, I'm going to go into some stats real fast. So basically, Florida State came up short, losing to Georgia Tech 24-21. DJ Ukulele, if I pronounce his name wrong, forgive me. He was only just 193 yards through the air. No touchdowns, no interceptions. 19 completions, 27 attempts. Roy Dale Williams, 12 running back for Florida State, 12 carries, 38 yards, and 1 touchdown. Lawrence Teofili also had a rushing touchdown. The passing was spread out just a little bit out of the 193 yards that DJ threw for, but it wasn't it was eye popping or anything. And that Florida State defensive line, they had some pressure and they had some very good moments stopping the runner behind the line, for tackle for loss. But that defensive line did not get a sack on that Georgia State's quarterback. So on the Georgia Tech, y'all. On Georgia Tech side of the ball, Jamal Haynes was the high man with 11 carries, 75 yards, a touchdown. He also had some catches through the air. Haynes King, the quarterback, managed the game with 11 completion, 16 attempts, 146 yards, 54 rush yards. He had a point in the game where it was a quarterback draw, and he basically got them into the goal line. So he did a very good job managing the game. Did not do anything crazy like throwing crazy throws or throwing any bad interceptions. And shout out to that Georgia Tech defensive line. They were the first 2 series of the game. They defense looked very shaky, but they knocked out the cobwebs, start playing ball, man. And shout out to that offensive line for Georgia Tech. They did not give up a sack. And that's very good, especially with that Florida State defensive line that's known to produce a lot of NFL talent, like Jared Verse that's on the Rams now. But not to be long-winded, Coach, what was your thoughts on the game, on this amazing game?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I didn't catch too much of this game. To me, I think the thing that kind of stood out to me is the fact that Georgia Tech, they no longer a flex bone, a wing T type team. They actually run more of your traditional offense in terms of, pretty much everybody else. Everybody might like a spread team nowadays. But, I wasn't shocked about the upset week 0. I mean, it's week 0 for one. So, I mean, that's not unexpected. And then in addition to that, I mean, to me, unless you're playing one of these cupcake games where you like a 56-point favorite, unless you're playing that type of game, anything can really happen. Because I remember, if I'm not mistaken, like, I think 3 years ago, Florida State upset LSU on Labor Day weekend. So, it's week 0, that's to be expected. But other than that, I wasn't overly shocked and awed by the upset Georgia Tech pulled. Many people was, I wasn't.
It's funny that you said that. Me and JB wasn't either, because we're ACC dudes. So we knew Georgia Tech, especially playing ACC opponents. They're not afraid of anybody in the ACC. They don't care if you're ranked or not. It seems like Georgia Tech always plays well, or shows up to always try to upset a team that's always ranked. Like, for example, JB would tell you not to cut up on JB's time to answer the question, but Georgia Tech upset us last year and we were ranked. So when a lot of people, this year were like, Florida State's gonna blow out Georgia Tech, and I was thinking, no, not necessarily. But JB, what was your opinion on the game?
I wasn't surprised because a lot of people really don't really watch Georgia Tech like that. They had one of the number one offense in the ACC last year. So they got a lot of offensive pieces that can score. That dude number 10, Haynes. He's very good.
Yeah.
Haynes King. And then their running back number 11, Haynes. He's very good. And then they got a couple of, good pieces at wide receiver. Wasn't sure about the defense. ACC, everybody in the ACC can score. You just need to look at the defense. Right. And I knew coming into the game that Florida State shouldn't take this team lightly. The quarterback for Florida State, I forget his name.
DJ Ukulele.
DJ. I'm gonna call him DJ.
DJ.
I got a good look at him when he was at Clemson, and then when he was at Oregon State. He's never been a really a great passer. They only all the teams I saw use his legs. I knew this game yesterday was going to be interesting when Florida State wanted to drop him back too much. I said, this is not that kid's game. He got like a Cam Newton body. He can run linebackers over. I seen him do it. He's the more of an option, quarterback. He throws receivers open using a play action. He's not going to throw a wide receiver open. So I knew that was going to play. If they tried to make it into a throwing game with the young man, it was going to be interesting, and it may fall into Georgia Tech's hands. So, and it did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah, man. All the ACC people that are ACC fans shouldn't be surprised at all. But I want to do some shout outs in the chat. So Power, aka Gamed Up Kendall, he said, "My brother Jerry Green, what's up, brother?"
Man, salute Soul Power. It was a pleasure meeting his brother at the LDBC family reunion. It was, such a pleasure.
Yes, man. I was able to catch it, man, with you Brent Fox, and 78 and all the brothers, going loud, couldn't make it this year due to some circumstances. Had bought tickets and everything in the hotel, but something came up, so I'm still bummed out. But I'm glad you brothers. I'm glad you brothers have a blessed day or a blessed time. Yeah, we are brothers. We're twins, actually. So Power. So yeah, JB is my actual brother. Yes, sir. But yeah, man. It's it was a good game, man. It was a good game. It was a refreshing game. The first game of the FBS season wasn't a blowout, wasn't a stinker. It was a competitive, down to the wire. Georgia Tech winning by a field goal. So that's a good start to cap. That's a good start for this season, upcoming college football season, man. Any more remarks on this game, brothers?
Nope. Like you said, man, it's a good way to start off the season.
None for me, bro.
And JB, J Bar, what's up, man? He said, salute family, Coach 67, Jared Green. I can't forget about JB. Yeah.
Salute J Bar. Salute.
J Bar always supporting. So Power said, yeah, I heard it down near the same. Yeah. Same, almost the same voice. Yes, sir. Yep. But let's move. Oh, and Coach, anything else on this the Georgia Tech versus Florida State game?
I just said nothing for me, bro.
Okay. All right, we're gonna switch over to a little bit of HBCU game that was also a phenomenal game, man. Florida A&M survives against a prepared Norfolk State. They had to beat Norfolk State off with a stick. You hear me? Because Coach Dawson Odoms had them boys ready to play. A lot of people thought there was going to be a mismatch, but Norfolk State punched Florida A&M in the mouth with their running game. Just going to read you the stats before I ask you, brothers, your opinion. FAMU won against Norfolk State 24-23. On the FAMU side, Daniel Richardson had a great game throwing through the air for 22 attempts. 22 completions, 30 attempts, 286 yards through the air, and 3 touchdowns. Running back Kelvin Dean, but he was able to get some first downs when FAMU needed it. 11 carries, 49 yards. Running back Thaddeus Franklin, he also contributed on the ground with only 8 carries, 38 yards, but he had 3 receptions, 39 yards, and touchdown. Now, the receiving core, mainly Jamari Gassett, 8 receptions, 110 yards through the air, and 2 touchdowns. And then that tight end, Kobe Gross, had a sneaky little good game of 3 receptions, 45 yards, and no touchdowns. But it was balanced through the air, man. Very, very, very good game passing by the FAU transfer, Daniel Richardson. Now, on the Norfolk State side, Jalen Daniels, he basically was an option quarterback, so he didn't throw it. He didn't have to throw it a lot because the running backs were doing a damn good job. He only had 7 completions, 9 attempts, 142 yards through the air, but he did have a rushing touchdown on the goal line. Running back Kayvon King, beast. 14 carries, 146 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns. Another running back, Xavier Evans, 12 carries, 55 yards on the ground. He was able to, when Kayvon needed some rest, he was able to basically keep up the pace on the running game. Wide receiver, like I said, wide receivers, okay, but like somebody like Jaquez Jones, 4 catches, 78 yards, 0 touchdowns. He had a very good catch. And Cameron Thomas with 2 receptions, only 57 yards. But again, Norfolk State, their thing wasn't passing. They dominated on the ground. In my opinion, the only reason why they lost because they started trying to throw in the second half, and a lot of points of the game when they needed to run again, because FAMU defense had a tough time stopping their running backs. But it was a damn good game. I'll put this game up there with the Georgia Tech game. I even go further, it's probably a little bit better, in my opinion, of course. But it was a good game. And before I go into seeing your brother's opinion, I'm going to shout out somebody in the chat. My brother, Cadillac Red, or I should say Coach Red, Supreme Beast Boxing Talk. He said, salute to the family, man. Y'all go support this brother's channel. You know what I mean? He doing his thing in the LDBC, man. So, and Unusual Suspects. So y'all support this brother. So Power said, Coach, how does our band sound this year?
Man, hey, pretty much any band in the SWAC, MEAC, any HBCU band gonna, kind of give it all they got. So, for the most part, all the bands sound good to me, if you ask me, to keep it true, Oh yeah, and salute to the brother, Cadillac Red, Supreme Beast Boxing Talk, Usual Suspects, shout out and salute to the whole Usual Suspects, and my brother Cadillac Red, salute to him like my brother JB said, my brother Chad 11 Green, man, y'all go check out Cadillac Red, 503 Lion, Jab Jamboree, check out all the Usual Suspects, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, please support them brothers, man. Support them brothers. Well, hey, Coach, I'm going to you first. What did you think about the game?
All right. Well, of course, I'm finna get that, but like I told Cadillac Red, for the Southern Baller Show, the Usual Suspects, that's our inspiration. That's what we trying to aspire to be, But in terms of the game,
yes, sir.
I'm not gonna lie, the SWAC MEAC Challenge, this one of the better ones I've seen in a while. Whether it's the SWAC MEAC Challenge, Circuit City Classic, it's one of the better games I've seen in a while. Of course, Norfolk State, I'm not gonna lie, Dawson Odums, he kind of brought some of that Southern University Jaguar type vibe in terms of, when they had Ladarius Skelton, their running back, their quarterback. Well, he was a glorified running back playing quarterback, but, where, that particular team with being that running back, they punch in the mouth. He kind of brought that kind of vibe, from 2018, 2019, he really 2022, to be honest with you. But they had that kind of vibe where they just kind of, just punch you in the mouth, grind you out. And, they jumped out on FAMU 14-0. FAMU answered, cut it to 14-7 and 14-10. I think once FAMU took the lead, even though it was a good back and forth game, at no point I was kind of, after that point, once they took the lead, I kind of felt like FAMU was going to pull it out. It seemed like just like against, Howard in the Celebration Bowl, they kind of got out to a slow start. They struggled early, but they kind of hit a rhythm. And for the most part, I felt like they did just enough to win. They survived more than they wanted, if you ask me. But I think the thing that I kind of got to give them major props and major credit for, when they got the ball in the fourth quarter, I'm thinking to myself, well, if Norfolk State get a stop, then, fam, you might be in trouble. But that was the issue for Norfolk State. Once, fam, you got the ball in the fourth quarter, Norfolk State never got the ball back, and that pretty much was the game, Yeah. So I ain't gonna lie, you got to give FAMU major credit for closing the show. You know what I'm saying?
And JB's gonna discuss it too. They two running backs they got in the back for Kelvin Dean and Thaddeus Franklin Jr. They're not too shabby. Them dams, they're damn self. So
well, I'm not gonna lie. Before you throw it to JB, that's one thing FAMU was known for having. Like the last couple of years, to compliment Jeremy Musa, they was known for having like speed receivers, a big tight end, and some big, huge running backs that will just run you over. I remember going into the game last year. I'm like, if I was Southern, man, hey, every time they run the ball, guess what? Their backs, I'm just trying to take their legs out from under them. You know what I'm saying? So. But FAMU known for having good backs. In fact, what was that back name that you were so high on, bro? I can't remember the guy's name. He was a big physical back. I said, God, the ball was huge.
I think the transfer from Nebraska.
Yeah, that's him. It was something with a J.
Yeah, I'm blanking on his name, but yeah, he was. I knew he was going to be a good goal line back for them last year. I think he transferred, but yeah, they're known to get them 6'1", 220 or 215 to 10-pound backs.
No, this
just
boy,
punish you.
This big boy was 225, 230 year before last.
Yeah. Yeah, they're known for them big running backs to just punish you, especially later on in the game. And before I go to JB, want to give a shout out to my brother, also one of my brothers on the panel, Brent Fox, on the move, listening but still supporting brothers. I appreciate you, man. It's all good. I appreciate you, man.
Man, much love to the brother Brent Fox. He the
Salute.
He the one when you get to the meet and greet. He checking on everybody, making sure everybody good. Major props, major shout out to our brother Brent Fox.
Yes, sir. And y'all go shout out, support his YouTube channel. It's just me.
Yeah, I mean y'all really gotta go subscribe to that channel. I mean, it's just me. 20 by 20 series. I mean, for him to do as good a content as he going, he only got 77 subscribers. Come on, man, we gotta go show that brother some love.
Yeah, and my bad, Soul Power brother. This brother Soul Power got a YouTube channel too, of course. So
oh yeah. I'm definitely subscribed to this channel already.
Yeah, me as well. So if you want to know some game about your dogs or farming, man, or just life. Sometimes he has a show, a live, just chopping it up, man. Y'all support that brother, man. But and the name of that running back from FAMU last year, his name was Jaquez Yan.
Yeah. I know it was something with a J.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't remember the last name,
Yeah, but he was 6'2", 235 pounds, man. So you get him coming at you at the goal line, and you already tired, man. Yeah, he's pretty much getting in. But JB, what was your opinion on the game?
I enjoyed the game, man. Just like you stated, man, Norfolk hit them in the mouth, going up 14-0 against the champions, the college football champions, and then what happened? Long story short, man, FAMU doing what champions do in controversy, man. They adjusted in the second half, They started doing the running game, and then they started doing the play action. One touchdown they rolled out. They did like a boot, and then they threw it to a wide open receiver because all the linebackers from Norfolk bit on it. And they just basically controlled the rest of the game running the ball. They got a deep running back room as a coach and Jared just stated. And then when you got horses in the stable, man, you just let them run. And the Norfolk just couldn't fight them off. They lost by one. I think when that one possession, when they were in the red zone, I think they was trying to go for two, I believe. There was one possession where they was trying to go for two, and instead of kicking the field goal, they tried to running in with the quarterback, and FAMU stopped it.
Yeah, you good. Yeah, that play by Coach Dawson Odoms was definitely I disagree with, but I salute his his trust in his boys, but you got to be smart. That's the reason why they lost. Yeah, the game could have went to OT. So you're definitely right, JB. But this was a good game, y'all. This definitely was a good game, man. Any more thoughts or any more feedback about this game, y'all?
Honestly, bro, you were saying that you think it's just as good as the Georgia Tech Florida State game. From what I saw of that game and this game, I thought the SWAC Mid Challenge was better, in my opinion, to be truthful.
Yes, I agree.
I agree.
And I mean, it's good to get some HBCU, schools and teams some primetime spotlight. You know what I'm saying? I mean, in my estimation, they should have them more often. But it's unfortunate that we got to get it week 0. Why can't we get it week 1, week 5, week 10? That's my thing.
That's facts. That's facts. Salute the Memphis man, Anthony Bolton. He said, "Salute. What it do, man?"
What it do, man?
Man, salute to you, man.
All right, we're gonna move on, man. We had other games going on, especially in the FCS, man. We had Delaware State versus Hawaii. That was actually a good game until the second half, man. Delaware State looks like they're not gonna be bottom feeders in the MEAC, man. They're gonna be able to compete because they were they held Hawaii to only 14 points, and I understand it's just Hawaii. Hawaii is not a strong FBS team, especially lately, but it's still the FBS team, and usually they're supposed to blow out the FCS squad depending on the school. So in this case, Hawaii is supposed to blow out Delaware State. Nope. It was a very competitive game to the second half. In my opinion, Delaware State lost because of their special teams. Hawaii had this dude, number 2, that if you kick it to him on punt return or kick return, and your gunners did not get there or wasn't positioned right, he will score. Matter of fact, one of the touchdowns for Hawaii was a punt return. So good field position is the reason why Hawaii won this game. And a little bit of defensive mishaps on Delaware State, but they will compete, man. Don't let the school fool you. The score fool you. This was a competitive game. McNeese State and Tarleton State game. As you can see, Tarleton State won't beat McNeese State 26-23. North Alabama lost to Southeastern Missouri 37-15. And Montana State upset New Mexico, 35-31. What's your opinion on some of these games, fellas?
Well, you already know the game I'm glued in on. McNeese lost week 0, but I think they have the competitive advantage, with their home opener against Southern next weekend, because of the simple fact that they actually played week 0 and Southern didn't get to play. I think in that regard, they have a little bit of a competitive advantage going into the game. But other than that, hopefully we're able to go to Lake Charles, Southern get the win. Of course, I'll be live and in living color, you dig? So, hopefully my Jags can pull out the dub,
Yeah, I hope y'all pull out the upset as well, man. Matter of fact,
truthfully speaking, I would consider it an upset if they win, but hopefully they could get the win, because the last time Southern played against McNeese, it's the interim head coach at the time was, after Dawson Odoms left and went to Norfolk State, Jason Rollins, current Grambling State defensive coordinator, was Southern's interim head coach at the time. And of course, if I'm not mistaken, I think he went to McNeese State. Southern was up 21-10 at halftime, and basically McNeese State came back and they won 21-24. And after that game, I said, I knew this dude, he wasn't gonna be a Southern past that season. I mean, the first game, come on, bro, you cannot lose a game like that when you was winning the way they was winning. I mean, they pretty much, that game, Southern dominated the first half and pretty much dropped the ball the second half. I mean, the 2 times Southern played McNeese at A.W. Mumford Stadium, they lost both games, could have easily won both. The one time they played McNeese in McNeese, of course, McNeese won that game too. So I guess it will be considered a little bit of an upset if Southern does win, but it's definitely a winnable game. But Southern has to bring the A game if they're gonna win. And of course, head coach Pete Richardson back in the gap. He wasn't a proponent of playing, all those Southern Conference schools, all in the same year. This year they play against McNeese and they play against Nicholls State. So, hopefully they could get both of them wins. Me personally, I prefer if they played, some MEAC teams like Howard, like Norfolk State, like whoever, South Carolina State, whoever. But that's my personal preference. But I think it's a winnable game for the Jags.
Yeah, man, I hear you, man. It's definitely, I'm picking y'all for the upset, and I got you, Autism Boy. And salute, man. Thank you for coming, bro. Matter of fact, I need to give wrenches to Anthony Bolton and Soul Power.
Salute to Autism Boy. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna wrench him up as soon as I get to my computer, man, because my computer been tripping lately, But salute to him. He always showing a lot of love and a lot of support. Major shout out to y'all, Autism Boy.
Definitely will, man. Definitely will.
Salute.
JB, what's your opinion on some of the one of the games that caught your attention?
The game that I mainly was glued on to was the Delaware State and Hawaii game. I didn't know how good Delaware State was, or was going to be. I was enjoying it when it was 14-14 going into halftime, but of course, like you said, they just the special teams and in the field position, Hawaii took advantage of that. But the rest of the games, McNeese State and Tarleton State, North Alabama and SEMO, Montana State. I didn't watch those 2 games, but the Montana State and New Mexico, I had an eye on that on the ESPN tracker, and I was keeping the track of that game. And I saw that live when Montana State upset New Mexico. Well, to be honest with you, man, it wasn't an upset. New Mexico really didn't have really a good football team for years, man. Montana State came in and did what they were supposed to do. So
Montana State is they always go deep in the FCS playoffs. So those FCS powerhouses can easily upset a FBS a weaker FBS team. So yeah, you're right. You're right. Definitely right.
Oh yeah, and for me to chime in, yeah, I did see some of that Delaware State Hawaii game because you sent it to us in the chat. Well, I mean, I'm sorry, the group chat.
No,
With
Jay
us.
Good sent it.
Oh, all right,
Jay,
all right,
shout
all
out to
right, all
Jay
right, all
Good,
right.
man.
All right, well, major shout out to the brother Jay Good. Yeah, major shout out to Jay Good. He was a huge instrumental part of the Southern Baller Show, definitely. But yeah, it was a decent game for the portion of it I saw, and like you were saying, it's like the second half, Hawaii started to pull away.
Yeah, man, but it's definitely some good games for week 0, bro. Definitely some good games, man. Not too many blowouts. Uh, Definitely competitive games. So we have, ladies and gents, we starting this college football season all right so far. But we're gonna switch gears, y'all. We're gonna go into the final topic, which is the ending of the NFL preseason. So, as you know, that the NFL preseason has been shrunk to only 3 games. So, I think, only 2 games are being played today. Only 2, only 2 games left in the preseason this week. Today. So, after today is the ending of the preseason. So, a lot of teams are going to start changing their rosters and making it cut. A lot of players that's not going to make the team are going to get their playbooks or what's it called? They're not using playbooks anymore. They're
Pat.
their pass taken away from them. Yeah, the pass taken away from them. So, Coach and JB, starting with Coach. It doesn't have to be your team. Which player impressed you in the preseason that you know is going to make the team? And this doesn't have to be a draft pick. This can be like a 6th or 7th or undrafted player that wasn't drafted.
The irony of the situation, I'm gonna go with the player you have up on the screen, Spencer Rattler. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. For the Saints fans that's saying, "Hey, we should get rid of Derek Carr right now and make Spencer Rattler our starter," y'all need to pump y'all brakes seriously. But I think he kind of does give us hope for the future. You let him sit for, maybe 2-3 seasons, get a little season in, and then you can kind of part ways with Derek Carr and see if he have the goods to be the heir apparent or the quarterback of the future. I'm gonna be honest with you. Derek Carr is not that guy. I mean, he definitely, in no way, shape, form, or fashion, is a Drew Brees type quarterback. However, I think if he could be what Jeff Blake was as a Saint, the one year he was quarterback in the Saints before Aaron Brooks basically beat him out for the job after Jeff Blake got hurt. I think if Derek Carr could be what Jeff Blake was as a Saint, before he got hurt and before Aaron Brooks took his place, I think the Saints would be straight. But basically, Derek Carr has been extremely and wildly inconsistent, and as a result, Saints fans really don't have any faith or confidence in him. I think they basically feel like having the running game to kind of complement him, bringing in a new OC, a new system, with the old Denver Broncos system, play action type system. They think that's going to help Derek Carr, but I don't think it's going to help Derek Carr if the Saints offensive line is just trash. I mean, Ryan Ramczyk is out for the season. You trying to move Andrews Pete from left tackle to right tackle. I mean, at the end of the day, I think the Saints defense is going to be solid, but I think the offense, with the offensive line play and the quarterback play, I think it's going to struggle. But even with that being said, it's feasible that the Saints can definitely win the NFC South, because I think it's the worst division in the NFL at this point. But the one player that really stood out to me this preseason was Spencer Rattler. But you have to take that with a grain of salt. He's a rookie, and in addition to that, I don't put much stock into the NFL preseason. So even though Spencer Rattler played well, it's the preseason. I'm not really moved by it.
Okay, and salute that to that brother Jay Good for putting me on that Delaware State game. Salute.
Man, salute to our brother Jay Good. Salute to you, bro.
Salute.
Anthony Bolton said the Saints need to follow Green Bay blueprint in building up quarterbacks with Rattler. Okay. And everybody saluting brother Jay Good. And then the Autism Boy College 81 said, hey, the Saints, I think they do pretty well. Okay. All right. Okay, JB, what are your thoughts on what's your impressions on certain players making a roster?
I know one thing. This dude from Baltimore, receiver coming out of Ole Miss, Dayton Wade, should make the team. If we keep Deontay Hardy, to me, Deontay Hardy ain't really done nothing. Like, if we keeping them for the special teams kick return, at least get it to the 30 or 35. He barely gets it inside the 20. So I don't. Dayton Wade, the undrafted receiver out of Ole Miss, has impressed me. He has great moves. I love his feet. I like his hands. Other undrafted rookie is Bo Braid out of Maryland. I like how he played like a Raven. He's gonna hit you in your mouth every play. But we'll see what the Ravens do, man, on Tuesday, man. We'll see.
All right. Okay. One of my players is Xavier Weaver from Colorado. He was the best receiver that Colorado had, and he just signed with the Arizona Cardinals. So if they're smart, they need to keep him. I wish my Ravens would have drafted him, then drafting Devin Leary, but that's another story. I won't forget Autism Boy. But yeah, just to end, I just want to say this. Don't want to make it a Baltimore Ravens show, but rest in peace to Joe D. Alessandris. He was our offensive lineman coach. This past week, he was submitted to the hospital, but and he was trying to recover. But today we just got news that he died. So rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Joe D, man.
Yeah. Rest in peace to him, and prayers and condolences to his family.
Yeah, man, and shout out one person I do want to shout out before we get out of here, man. You said Jared Green, ain't you from the boot? Now I'm from originally from North Carolina, man. But I do want to shout out to Queen 71, man. Even though I didn't make it to the meet and greet, she mailed me some like a bag and a boxing keychain. I thought that was very sweet and thoughtful. So shout out to the Queen, man. I
Man,
appreciate her for that.
man, shout out to the Queen, Queen 71. Shout out to Tay Tay, Queen of MMA, Sweet Tea. Shout out to all the women of the LDBC. Y'all are greatly appreciated in the LDBC. All the sisters in LDBC.
Yeah, man. Just wanted to get on here, do a show, man. Just talk about, let y'all know that we still in the mix, man. Watching football and um, want to give thoughts. And Autism Boy, don't worry, I'm gonna give you a wrench and a few other brothers. I ain't forget, bro. But just want to hop on here, just give out some content. So I appreciate all the brothers that came in and showed love. Autism Boy, Soul Power, aka Gained Up Kennels, Anthony Bolton, Jay Good, Brent Fox, Cadillac Red Supreme Beats Boxing Talk, all them brothers, man. Jay Barr, appreciate all y'all. Coach, any final word before we get out of here?
Well, of course, salute to the awesome and amazing LDBC. I love the LDBC family first and foremost. Secondly, shout out to Anthony O'Neill and the Impact Creative Society. Last, definitely not least, shout out to the greatest university in the world, the Southern University, home of the mighty Jaguars. Y'all come over to my channel, Coach 67 Sports TV. Come like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. I'll catch y'all with my pre-game preview of Southern at McNeese State. I'll catch y'all on the rebound. Y'all have a blessed, phenomenal evening, blessed, phenomenal weekend. Peace and blessings to everybody.
All right, JB, any final words?
Hey man, y'all have a great work week, man. Enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday. Yeah, man, we gonna continue the top 10. We ain't forgot about that. The top 10 greatest position players in the NFL. And then, with everything going on with the meet and greet and life, life is life, and we gonna try to give y'all some good content. So don't forget, y'all, on Tuesday to tune in to the HBCU Fanatics with Jared and Coach 67. So other than that, man, y'all be blessed.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. And like what y'all see with Soul Power, aka Gained Up Kennels, said, and the Autism Boy, make sure y'all backhand that like button like a 1970s pimp. You feel me? Yeah. Make sure y'all hit that like button, y'all. Even if you coming in here being nosy, it's all right. You don't mess with me like that. Just at least hit the like button. I appreciate it anyway. But y'all have a blessed day, man. This was another installment of the Southern Baller Show. Y'all have a blessed day.